Greetings! I'm Iris Matthews, a romance author. Today, let's take some time to develop a working definition of story structure. To start, I want to separate story structure from plot and character. It's helpful to think of plot as simply what happens in a story. You can't have a what without a who, and that is the character or cast of characters with one or more protagonists. The word protagonist is just another way of saying main character or hero or heroine, but I'll mainly use protagonist. The story structure is the architectural framing of the story, the series of actions and reactions that take place in a specific order. In the United States, stories are dominated by a 3-act structure. In other parts of the world, other structures dominate. To be clear, there's more than one right way to tell a story, but writers may gravitate toward the structure they are most familiar with, and they should understand the expectations of readers. Okay, so when I first realized I needed to study the craft of story structure, I was about 2/3 of the way through my very first draft of my very first novel, Chastity and the Baron. I don't remember where I came across the recommendation, but I picked up the 1997 book, Story: Substance, Structure, Style, and the Principles of Screenwriting by Robert McKee. Yeah, screenwriting. But it was a good, deep introduction with movie references I recognized. Since then, mainly as part of my MFA, I've read other craft books, such as Save the Cat and Save the Cat Writes a Novel, Romancing the Beat, A Natural History of the Romance Novel, and Story Genius. I tell you this because when you're a new author, it can seem overwhelming to know where and how to get guidance and what to trust. Most of the craft books out there claim to be the end-all be-all, the last advice you'll ever need, the surefire answer. Here's the truth. They're not. Learning about story structure is and should be an ongoing journey for authors. It is something writers know intrinsically, just from existing in any given culture. But it's also something we have to learn. We have to learn how to break it apart and examine it. Why does something work? Why doesn't something else? Why does this resonate? So when reading craft books or attending classes or conferences, do so with a critical eye. Question what they teach and turn it over in your mind. It helps writers less to heedlessly do things just because someone says to. That's a recipe for staleness. Play with the sequence of events when drafting. Rearrange things in revisions. Take another pass at writing scenes when they aren't working, and get critique partners and beta readers to help you identify when things aren't cohesive and when it just isn't working. Because without a strong structure, your story won't be successful.